Hello, it's Richard Smith. I'm in the Vanderlande office. We got a Hololens 2 on. I've been experimenting with to see what this thing can do, and it's fairly impressive. But you have to sort of think of a use case. So I came up with this application. So I'm just going to basically open your palm, and you'll see a Windows logo on my wrist. Click it, and then go all apps, and then virtual VI connect. So it's going to launch this application built with the Unity game engine, C#. And here we are, the Vanderlande Virtual Labs. Welcome to a Vanderlande AR playground. It could be our future. Have fun. And so you got lowercase s, that must be cool, right? So basically I have a few different things here, right? I have devices, I've got counters. I've got a test loop with a bag going around on it. I've got these sources and destinations. These are just things I came up with to try and move things around from place to place. Over here, I have stuff in a waiting area, and these are the things I'm going to move from place to place. And then I have a couple of things that's merely me and my wife, so I'll just move that out of the way, and mine as well. So, but these are the things that are just waiting midair, waiting to be used to go between the sources and the destinations. So you can see here, source 1 is blue, so it's active. Source 2. So you basically control individual lights. So if I go and pick up a menu and hit line 2, you see it goes blue, and now it's active. Line 3, it's blue, and now it's active. So when I start something, it'll start whichever one is turned on and active. The waiting area, I have these different things. So these are bags, little bags, luggage, baggage. But I can change it. These other things, I've got parcel. Oops, I got parcel, I got bags, I got bagrunners, bags, parcels. So they all change. And it's not the best 3D version of a parcel, but it is one. I think you probably recognize the company. So let's get started. So the thing is, so there's that test loop, and we get to that later. I got some bling here, so let's just put a banner somewhere so that we see it in the background every now and then. Vanderlande Virtual Labs. Let's put one at the end of the table. I'm not sure if I can pick this one up, can I? Maybe not. I can, at least I'll place it there. Okay. Test loops in a bit of mid-air, so let's grab this thing. And this came in from AutoCAD via Blender to an input possible to go into Unity. It wasn't, AutoCAD has just stopped using, I think, the FBX. So I've got this from Chris Anderson and the R&D team that are building this. And so as you can see, it's got all the bits, the legs, whatever's in the model. I took off some bits just to simplify it. And we got a bag running around in it. You see a few squares. I haven't colored the whole thing. So let's leave that area for a second. So then I have counters, and I got a counter and a speed trap. Let's see how we're going to use those. So let's grab something. I'm going to move a few of these out of the way. These destinations, source, 1, 2, when I select them, they will stick to whatever surface I am looking at, gazing as it's called in this. So that's destination. So if I look, I'm just moving my head around. I'm taking my hand down, moving my head around, and it sort of sticks to that, whatever it can find as a recognized surface. So that's what this is doing. Very interesting. You don't have to use your hands. So let's just get it to stick there. That was the destination for one. Let's do the source for one. Let's just put it over here somewhere. So we'll have one going and out of the way. So you got source for line 1. And over here we have the destination for line 1. So let's launch this. So how are we going to do that? So I'm going to put up the menu, select line 1. So you see the source is lit up. And then hit launch. So every 2 seconds, you'll see them coming out of the waiting area. Every 2 seconds, we launch one. There's just basically 3 per line. So it's going from the source to the destination. Hey! Okay, so we're going to mess with some of these others. It does track to the world pretty well, but you have to get used to the room. So let's just move this line over at 3, and for source 3, let's just move them away. We won't use them at the moment. So what can I do with these two? So let's take a source of line 2. Let's put it here. And let's put the destination at the other end of the table, just right over here. They don't really have to be facing each other. It's going to just go from track to track. And these are ones I had left from a previous experiment. So I got source for line 2, but it's not active. So let's pick up the menu, click 2, the source is active. This is where the destination is. And let's just start it. So we have it active, and let's launch. So every 2 seconds, a bag is going to come, well, in this case, a parcel. And let's give baggage a bit of a turn. So let's go to my other menu on my left hand, and I'll pick bag runner. It's going from the source to the destination. And you have a definitely field of view, right? You can see things in a certain area, but it's pretty big on the Hololens too, bigger than it used to be. But the question is, how fast are these going? Or how many have gone by? So let's pick I'm going to stick a counter in the flow here. I can make it bigger if I want, but it's, let's just make it a bit bigger. Put it in there. And you can see that it's counting up as things go through it. It counts up. It just actually has to, intersect, but it doesn't have to be lined up. But for neatness, so basically we have a source, a counter, and a destination. Well, how fast is it going, you ask? Well, let's use this. Let's stick a speed trap in the line. So there it is. So we basically have, let's have a look at it now. We got a source, we got a counter, we got a speed trap, and destination. And you'll see it needs more results. It's just a speed trap, it needs 10 to fill a buffer. So I can try and get an average. So I'm going to move these sort of close to each other because I'm going to do an experiment in a minute. So you'll see as the buffer is full with real good data, and it's basically the time between things getting by. Line 1 is still whizzing away doing its thing. Let's get baggage a turn, right? We did parcels, let's get bags just only. So now you can see the speed. Well, let's just make this faster. There's a few different ways to make this faster. So I can just, I programmed this thing so I have a sliding bar. So that's as fast as I have it programmed to go. 0.9, 1, okay. So you see that menu and it's just a sliding bar. So a few different things on here. Reset counter, let's do that. Launch a line, which we already did. And things are flying away. I probably need a better algorithm to smooth that out a bit, but you can see it's counting like crazy. And in my test loop over there, the bag is still whizzing around it in relation to that slider I just did. Okay, so how many power? This is 3 in here, but let's actually move this counter and put it in line over here. And let's do a reset on the counter. Oh, come back. Yes, when it takes hand gestures, it's a bit strange that you have to be careful. If you point at something to try and demonstrate it, so let's pick up this thing, let's reset counter. If you point at something to demonstrate it, it can actually catch you out. Let's take the speed trap. Let's move this over here. Let's put the speed trap in line. Now let that settle for a bit. Like I said, it's going to take readings on every time it goes through that speed trap. So it needs 10 really before it gives you anything realistic. So you got this line just whizzing away merrily. Let's go back to parcels for a bit. So choose parcel. So I'm just basically going to choose parcel. And these change to parcel. This one I just had made with a bag. So that's all it is. It doesn't do anything else at the moment. But there you are. It's just an example of what you can do. I could show you these strays over here. Let me just show you these strays over here for a second. So let's pick this one here. So I can either go to it or I can pull it towards me if I go. So let's look at these strays. I can go to it or pull it towards me. So pull it towards me. Now I can grab it. And as you can see, it's a bag runner, but there's a lot of different things you can do. You can basically make it bigger, smaller. You can just flick it around in your hand. The interface is powerful. And as you can see, it knows where all your fingers and your fingertips are. So rather impressive. So here we are, everything's settled down. Line 1 is up in the air. Vanderlande Virtual Labs, very cool. Not official, but what can I tell you? I like the company. It's a good company. We do some fun stuff. So there you have it. Test loop running on a desk in an office. Some crazy stuff going on here. They're bunching up a bit. C'est la vie. Okay, very good. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to just slow it down. Get back to a crawl. You can see the bag here. The number is trying to stay. Let's go. No, 0 isn't much use, is it? Let's go a little bit up. And I think that's just, it flickered there just as it's trying to sort of find its bearings, because it does look across different objects and, you know, tries to pin itself to a location in the world. Very cool. And this is to destination. Bop, bop, bop. To source. Very good. Line 3 we never launched. And there's something over there just hanging in midair. Let's just bring this onto the table as well so we can have a look at it. Yeah, and again, I think there's some of this stuff, if I'm moving too fast with the camera, it get disorientated so you can see a bit more. So let's just one more time speed it up. Let's go full belt. Let's change to bags. Let's change the bag runners. And let's change back to parcel. Oops. Very cool. My little flick on the counter. I haven't really got the text exactly right, but it is following me so I can at least see it as I walk around. Although it gets warped terribly, that's my fault. And then up there in there's source line 1, line 2. And the sign hanging in midair. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to just close it down now. Thank you. And, you know, this is in the future. It's part of the future, that's for sure. Now, what's the best way to use it is the thing we have to work out. Okay, have fun. I did. Let's go and shut down this app. Stop working.